X-Men, directed by Bryan Singer. It stars Hugh Jackman, Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, Halle Berry, Marsden, Famke Janssen, Romijn, and many more others. It focuses on mutants Wolverine and Rogue as they brought into the conflict between two groups with radical different approaches to bring about the acceptance of mutant-kind. Charles Xavier's X-Men and the Brotherhood of Mutants, led by Magneto. X-Men, this is the film that really kicked off this superhero stuff, well, way before Spider-Man, because the X-Men kind of start the hitting point. A lot of people see a lot of potential of that stuff. It's not until 2 years later with Spider-Man that really kicks off this superhero boom. That really changed the game here. Yes, 2 years prior before this, we had the Blade film, which stars Wesley Snipes, which I've yet to see. I will need to watch that and maybe talk about that film. But I will say this, something about different from the other superhero films. A lot of people see superhero films as just popcorn entertainment, superheroes in spandex, just seeing superhero booms and spectacles. That's what people want to see in superhero films. But X-Men's kind of different from those superhero films. Because when you look at the X-Men comics, a lot of people kind of not dig into it. They only see is, oh, costumes, oh, action, oh, characters, personalities, all wise. But they look in the context of the film and the story in the comics. They explore about themes about politics stuff, and not politics as in like political stuff. They do explore these themes in a way. It's about prejudice, fear, acceptance. It's all these other things around the story of the X-Men characters in that universe that Bryan Singer brings to that film, which I will say is Bryan Singer's directing here. Despite whatever this guy's gone through, which I'm not going to try to talk about here, I'm trying to be reasonable. Despite what he has done in the past, I still respect him for what he brought us for the X-Men franchise. He's done so many good things about this. His directing is really good. He does handle some good actions. The characters, he does have these characters moments to shine, but the main focus of the film is Wolverine and Rogue, who are basically outsiders. They're trying to fit into this world, and of course you're dealing with the conflict between the X-Men and the Brotherhood. I will say this, the moment that you see these characters, how they interact with one another is great. And especially the castings, which the casting here is amazing. Got to give it a shout out. Patrick Stewart as Charles Xavier, perfect casting. Ian McKellen as Magneto, brilliant. Great casting. Marsden as Cyclops. Brilliant. Famke Janssen as Jean Grey. Awesome.
You know what happens to a toad when it's struck by lightning? The same thing that happens to everything else.
And of course, the man, the myth, the legend, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Fuck yeah, baby!
Yeah, baby, yeah!
All the cast has been cast very well, especially Hugh Jackman, who played this character 17 years up till Logan, now with Deadpool and Wolverine. Just great. He's just perfect casting. I think many people say, who is the perfect casting choice? A lot of people will say Hugh Jackman Wolverine, because he will never be replaced, unless Henry Cavill comes along after what we saw from Deadpool Wolverine. I do like how these characters do have their moments to shine. Maybe not all of them have been, fleshed out. They may have seen for the sequel, especially Bobby, played by Shawn Ashmore, who's not in the film that much. You do see him now and again, but we do get a chance to see more of him in the next two sequels, and of course in Days of Future Past, we do get a chance to see more of him a little bit, get more of his character, a little bit more depth. So Bryan Singer does expand upon that universe. It does build up some characters. You do get a chance to see them, how they interact, see certain stuff around in that, which I kind of appreciate what Bryan Singer can do with this X-Men universe. The story itself is very simple. It's just a straightforward plot. It's just basically an introduction to the X-Men and also the X-Mansion, and see certain characters, especially with Wolverine, Rogue, Charles Xavier, and Magneto. Which I will say this, I do like the chemistry and the dynamic between both Charles Xavier and Magneto, especially when you see them the first time they're interacting. You can tell they are frenemies, so they could do respect each other, but they both have different point of views. Basically, you can say that Charles Xavier is Martin Luther King and Magneto is basically Malcolm X. Both they want the same thing, but different polar opposites. Charles Xavier wants peace, and Magneto just wants humankind to be removed from existence and keep as mutants. It's kind of explored those themes very well. It does handle those themes excellent without being too preachy in the post, because if this film came out today, people on the internet, especially grifters like Geeks and Gamers, Reddit Neurotic, and all these other grifters out there on YouTube, Sphere, and over the internet, they're going to scream the high heavens. They're going to say stuff like this. This movie is woke propaganda. That's too political. That's too much female gender in there. That's too much of that. Again, guys, X-Men, and even the past Marvel comics, in the past, before the films, they had political themes in the past. So it's not a new trend, guys. It's not a new thing. And yes, a lot of people criticize some stuff like nowadays, but especially the recent X-Men films, that the costumes, now we're going to get comic accuracy, especially now the X-Men are going to appear in Avengers Doomsday War, for I've seen in James Marsden's Cyclops suit, which looks fucking amazing, by the way. Not gonna lie, excuse the language. But here's the thing though, this came out in 2000. Now, superhero films are kind of trying to pay homages to the comics, but still be its own thing to tell its own story. While the costumes, yes, it's leather. Yes, they do poke fun at it, especially when Wolverine says,
"You actually go outside in these things?" What would you prefer? Yellow spandex?
so they do acknowledge it. So it's not a giant middle finger, guys. It's not a big giant middle finger to the fans or never read the comics. I don't really care about it. All I see is like, okay, it's a costume. So what? Now, can we get comic accuracy? Yeah, cool. Yeah, we'd love to see that. Now we're getting now. Especially we see Hugh Jackman wearing his yellow spandex and Deadpool Wolverine. So it's not a big deal. It's still, you got what you got, guys. So it's not like you're going to get nothing, right? And the music score, especially the opening theme, I would say the music score is fine. It's not as bombastic as X2 or X-Men Days of Future Past or Apocalypse, with that theme that we all know loved. Every time I hear that song, I always think about the X-Men. This one is fine, I guess. I would say it's alright. I don't see it as a problem. I don't get that hate for it. It's fine, yes. I prefer the one from the X-Men to Days of Future Past and Apocalypse. Bryan Singer took some criticism for it and wanted to change it and make it a bit more bombastic. Let's talk about Rogue for a second. Now, I can't remember the actress's name. I cannot pronounce it. I know the name, but I just cannot pronounce it. I'll leave it in the text there. She was really good. I know she's not Rogue comic accuracy, especially with the whole, like, way she talks, like that sugar mama babe type thing with the yellow spandex. Like, she's used to be really attractive, and especially when she says, "How you doing, sugar?" That's what she's talking about. The actress does a good job. I think I really liked her. She's very unique. I think she's really... love her Rogue characterization. She does have her moments where she does play that Rogue character. She does have it there, so that says a lot. And of course you have other characters, especially Mystique, played by Rebecca Romijn. I really like Rebecca Romijn as Mystique. I think she's the only Mystique I liked. Nothing against Jennifer Lawrence. I will talk about her maybe soon when we get to First Class, Days of Future Past, and Apocalypse in Dark Phoenix. Those two specifically, because I've got some to say about that one, but we'll get to that soon enough. We get to that, but I do like her. She's good. She's a bit of a badass, especially the fight scene between Wolverine and Mystique. Awesome. I love it. It's just entertaining. Yes, it's cool, and yes, some of the, you can tell it's a stunt double, but again, it came out in the 2000s. It's not that big of a deal. That's not really saying much. Yes, you have other characters like Toad and Sabretooth. Not there much. They're only there in this movie and that's it. You do get Sabretooth again in X-Men Origins Wolverine. Again, that's a little bit of continuity there, but again, we'll get to that soon enough. But they have their moments. They're cool. They're unique. And Sabretooth looks practical, and so is Mystique. And Toad is, well, the CGI tongue is basically CGI'd, but everything else is kind of practical, and it has a mix of practical and CGI effects, so there's not like it's overusing CGI. So it's usually used practical at the same time. Again, I don't know what else to say about the X-Men film. It's a great movie. I would say this film still holds up very well. Yes, it's a simple story, nothing groundbreaking, it's nothing new, nothing changed the game, but I do respect it for what it was. Bryan Singer does a good job telling that story, just to sell that universe. It does kick off this franchise with the sequels, and then because many other films set in the X-Men universe we'll get to soon enough. A great cast, some great action, spectacle, themes in here, storytelling, and also, yes, and of course we see Senator Kelly come out of the water after he's been mutated and turned to this water kind of creature-like him. It's not until we get a little Stan Lee cameo, which is right here where I want to show you is top goal. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, Stan Lee. That's the trend of Stan Lee appearing in movies now. So X-Men, I would say, damn great film. I still like it. It's still good. I think it holds up very well. Some couple of moments here and there, and some of the CGI, which I'll say the CGI now and again does look a bit noticeable. And yeah, some of the dialogue here and there. But again, it came out in the 2000s. That being said, it's not that bad. I'm going to give X-Men an A-. Guys, comment down below. Have you seen X-Men? Do you love it? Do you like it? Do you think it's alright? Do you absolutely hate it? Whatever the case is, comment down below and tell me what you think. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And of course, if you like this video, hit that like button. Of course, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button if you have to. And of course, Hit that icon bell for more feature videos like this. See ya!